Yo, 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 what's good, world? It's your boy Rob, Geo, Real Talk,
Uh,
Real Views, coming through with another episode. Joe, man, I see that you at work. Thanks for holding it down and doing this with us. Commitment level, all-time high.
I'm just saying, if you can't do this, then I mean, come on. I mean, come on. I'm at work now, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for real. And I got to be up at least 4 in the morning, and I'm still doing this. Yo, we got a lot of things going on right now. First of all, what did you
Yeah.
think about the All-Star games, man? And are you liking the way the NBA is pushing everything? How they still had All-Star weekend, even though there were some players that felt like they should have had that off, and they shouldn't even have had All-Star weekend. What do you think?
Um, I think it's a very interesting thing. I actually like the whole fact that they had All-Star Weekend.
Uh,
Uh, I think it was very good at how Adam Silver, I said David Stern. God rest his soul. Still thinking about David Stern, but Adam Silver and how he did everything. Well, he worked his magic, man. This is why he's the best commissioner in all of sports. I feel like he incorporates the fans' likings, the owners' liking, and the players' likings, and finds an intermediate with all three. And by having All-Star Weekend, allowed some of the fans to go ahead and watch the best players on the planet, and also putting the best players on the planet in a certain area in a certain bubble, so they won't get any COVID. Even though Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons had got some COVID protocols or whatever they did, and they couldn't participate in the All-Star game. Besides that, everything else was great. I love the three-point contest. It was great. The skills contest was pretty good, pretty funny. The dunk contest, not really. We've seen better dunk contests things, but the All-Star game was probably behind the three-point contest, maybe with Steph, but the All-Star game was great. Steph and Dame going back to back, hitting long balls. Giannis going perfect from the field, 16 of 16. And you get to see a lot of these stars on display. I think it was a great thing. The only thing that you wish is obviously is fan interaction. And, they had all the media and highlights and all that stuff, had the cameras on the All-Stars, doing a lot of interviews with these guys. I think Adam Silver is doing a fantastic job, the best commissioner in all of sports. And hats out to him, man. He's doing the best. He's doing the best that he can with the circumstances that he in. And I think he's the best right now. He's the best commissioner right now. So I enjoyed it.
I agree with you because I think the NFL, they're watching what the NBA is doing, and I think come in this coming season, I think in the NFL they're gonna have more audience. They'll have at least 30% of the crowd because you need that real crowd noise, not that recorded
Yeah.
crowd noise. Like, what is this?
Yeah, they had the NBA had about 25,000 fans in the stand. So
Mm.
mainly family, but
That works. That works. They need to be
yeah.
around their families, man. But yeah, man. I mean, and then to fucking continue off of the last podcast we were on, we were going to talk about achievement a little bit, and I want to say, yo, we're 3 months already. 3 months already into this year. In a blink of an eye, 3 more months, we're already halfway into the year, and this year just
Yeah.
started. So
Yeah.
let me know where are you at right now, Joe? Because we were just talking about this. You're I feel like you're starting to catch this momentum. I feel like you're starting to figure things. I think you're starting to figure things out, and you're
Uh,
not in college anymore. I think somebody needs to hear how the hell are you catching these breakthroughs, Joe? How are you starting to kind of figure things out? How were you able to, how did you know about somebody saying, hey, Joe, you might get a $20, a good amount of, a pretty high amount of grant money. Like, Joe, first of all, basically, what's leading you to your purpose? You understand what I'm trying to say, man? How is Joe figuring out what makes Joe happy? What Joe's born to do? Tell me something.
this is ridiculous. Pretty much, man. Like 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 how my dad is, man. I think watching him and how hard he works every day, and my mom and how she works every day, and you too. when I was in Kansas for those 5-6 months, I watched the work that you guys put in, right? No complaints, you know, wanting more, wanting the best for everybody in the family, and doing the best that they possibly can to get to those points, to get to those levels. And I think that at a certain point, it was just like I felt like I was stuck in the mud and I wasn't doing anything to provide anything for anyone in the family. I felt like I was more so of a burden than an asset. You know what I'm saying? Damn sure it wasn't a liability sometimes, but damn sure it felt like I was close to it. So it was just one of those things. And then like I remember I kept thinking about like, man, I want funding. I want some money. I want some things. I want some things to go my way. I want some things to possibly, make a change and help and do something. So the beginning of I would say the mid part of last year, I was mainly focusing, and I remember I was telling you about it, was my credit. I was like, man, my credit is low. I had like probably the worst credit score, if not the worst credit score. And I can be upfront. I don't care. My credit score was probably my credit score. Didn't I tell you? I think my credit score was 416, 416 or 413, something like that. I had like the worst credit score you can ever even think about. And then I was just like, man, like I don't know what to do. Like I was just at the bottom of the bottom. So so I started to just like research about credit, finding different things about credit, things that I could do as far as like trade lines and putting things on my credit that could, boost up my credit, and different little apps and stuff like that I could use for my credit. So, I started to. So the first thing I did was I thought to myself, I was like, I don't have that much money, but I do have like I did my budget and I calculated and I was like, all right, well I got something I could do, right? I could pay off some of these credits. I can pay off some of these debts that I have on my credit, and we can go from there and see. But a lot of the YouTube things and a lot of the YouTube people that were on there were like, yo, you don't even gotta do that. All you gotta do is write a letter to some of these credits, to some of these companies. And when you write the letter, you can get some of these things taken off, right? And I'm not really thinking of the exact letter that it is right now. It's a certain letter that you have to write, and pretty much what you do is pretty much like freeze your credit, all credit things. You freeze it first, and then when you write that letter, you send out the letter, then you freeze it. I think it's freeze it first, then send out the letter. It's one of those ways. I don't remember exactly how I did it, but if I go back, I'll do it and I'll tell you guys about it. But I froze it, wrote out those letters, sent it out, and pretty much a couple of those things that were on my credit dropped off. Now, these are a couple $100 worth of debts that I had to pay off. And with the letter, it just fell off. So I was like, damn, okay, that's cool. So when I wrote that letter, at that same time I was doing that letter, I decided to go on an app called Self. I'm probably promoting Self right now. I need a paycheck from Self.
Yeah, I'm using it too.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, I was like, what is the minimum balance? What is the minimum amount of money that I always have in my account, no matter what, no matter how hard it is? And I was like, I got 25. I got $25. I know that for a fact. No matter how rough it is, I always have more than $25, and I'm always good. If I'm getting close to that $25 range, I'm getting paid that following day, or I'm getting paid that same day. One of those, right? So I was like, all right, I'll do Self for 25. So I ended up doing Self for 25. As soon as I did Self and I sunk to 25, immediately my credit score jumped 20 points up, right? Immediately, right when I made that first payment. After that, it just steadily, started to go up, right? And then after that, when it started to go up, I was like, okay, well, that's great. That's what I'm talking about. So, months went by, everything was good, everything was great, and I'm just doing that. So then I started doing more research to see, like, okay, what else I could do? What else can I put? Everybody was talking about My Jewelers Club. And And as of right now, you can see my Jewelers Club has officially, it's not on all three credit bureaus no more. It's not efficient to your credit anymore. So pay attention to that. My Jewelers Club, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I found something called Credit Strong, right? Credit Strong. Pretty much it serves as when you first purchase it or first put it on your credit, whichever loan amount that you want to do. It's not a loan. What it is a saving tool. So when you're using that Credit Strong and you're putting it on there, it's going to save all the money that you put on there. You can cancel anytime and the money comes back to you. So the money will always come back to you, right? That's how it works. But it's going to take time when you send the money back to you. So you could do it like that, right? And what it does is save a certain amount, whether it's $1,000, to 2,500, right? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever the loan amount is for you, that's what it's gonna do. And each month that you make that payment, you make a certain payment, whether it's $100 a month, 45, 96, 50, 25, 15, like they have as low as 15. So as low as $15. And it comes as an installment loan on your credit, which is a asset, right? It's going to show that you have a certain amount of credit on your loan, so you can use that and put it on there. So when you're doing that, it's going to jump your credit score up. As soon as you activate it and make that first payment, your credit goes up 30 points. It goes up 30 points. These are just small little things. Like, it goes up 30 points. And after that, each month after that, it goes up depending. Well, I've tried it to see if I put more money, will my credit go higher or will it stay the same? It'll stay the same regardless if you put more money or the same money. So for those that want to add more money, no. But, whatever, if you feel like you want to do that. But the whole point is to make monthly payments to boost up your credit. So if you pay a whole lump sum, it's kind of like pointless. So I did it. 30 points went up. After that, it was like, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5. Like it was along those ranges. It'll vary. Like, I don't know why it varied like that, but that's what it did. I want to say it's because of the timing or the date of whenever I made those payments on it. What it says is that, so when you're doing that and the bank and the credit sees you got like a $10,000 loan thing, you're able to apply for these credit cards, right? You're able to apply for these major credit cards and stuff like that, to where they'll see, oh man, he got $10,000 here. We can give him a credit card for, 1,000, 25, 5,000, 2,000, whatever the case may be. It'll be one of those. Now, my credit score has officially jumped into the 600 range, you guys. 600. I'm at 605.
That's great.
In a matter of, 8 months? 8 months, almost a year. I'll say a year. Because when I first got my car, it was, so it'll be a year, a year.
And I gotta say this real quick, Joe. And for everybody listening, hey Joe, did you have to call like some credit repair place, or you just did your homework by yourself? Let me know. Did you have to drop $2,000 to fix the credit? Because I know there's the people that do that shit. Y'all some scammers. Y'all some fucking scammers.
I mean, I'm not gonna say this scammers, man.
$2,000.
They just know what they're doing, right?
$2,000.
They're more knowledgeable than the average person is when it comes to their credit. That's all it is. They have more knowledge than you. You just gotta go. If you really want to fix something, you are gonna take the time to know about about whatever it is. Know as much information as you can, and then implement it when you're trying to fix whatever. That's all I did. I got tired of having a low credit score. What the fuck I did? I said, fuck it. I'm gonna go do something about it. What the fuck else you want me to do?
But Joe, what I'm saying is that these companies are in trouble because the information is online, which means we don't need you anymore, which means sooner or later, you'll be out of business because what are you offering that the internet is not offering me? That's how fast it's going.
Granted, you're right. You're right about that. However, it's called time, right? That four-letter word, time.
To research.
Why? Not a lot of people want to waste their time to research on their credit, research on how to increase their credit, different things that will boost their credit. right? And other things that may implement that might hinder their credit, whatever their credit. So they hire somebody for that to do that, right? And it's not like it's a monthly thing. These people take 3 months out they take 90 days to take off whatever off it is that is on your credit, right? That's what they do. They take 90 days to do whatever. After those 90 days are up, they ask for another initial deposit that which you put before. So that's how they get your ass.
That's how they
So
get people.
yes, you might be like, damn, they got me, this and that. And then you see your credit, it goes up. But to be honest, I could be kind of frank here, but like, if you do it on your own and you know what you're doing and you're doing it right, your credit will go up higher than when you're paying them $1,000. Now, this is like free information, right? As far as like Credit Strong, I'm telling you about Credit Strong. So, trade lines. Trade lines is a little bit different because trade lines is more so when you're trying to buy a house, a car, when you're trying to make a major purchase, you want a trade line on there so it could boost and buffer up your credit. So now when you have like, maybe you have a 690 or 650, 640, whatever, you have like the mid 600s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking to buy a home or a car, and you're looking to have low interest rates and things of that nature, you can add a credit line a month prior to before you're about to purchase a car or home, whatever, to buffer your credit, because then they can see that someone, someone that's like almost an authorized user, but it's not authorized user. Credit lines are not really an authorized user. They're just someone that's on your credit that shows your credit history, that shows the longevity of your credit. So then you just go with that, and then it shows like, oh, so you have a home here, a car here, and you're making monthly payments here, and everything's on time, everything's on point. It increases your credit, makes your credit goes longer and things like that. Your initial credit of 20K, of 2,000, maybe 20,000 now because you added that trade line. But the thing about those trade lines is that they're only for either a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, depending on the person that is offering you their trade. But eventually it does come off. So you have to manage that as quickly as possible. So that's how you do it. So
I ain't gonna lie, my information don't sound like yours because sounds like you've done even more homework on it than me. But I can just tell you what I've been applying and it's working. I like last year, I paid a balance off with a credit card I used to have. It was called Credit One. Paid that old balance off, and then they called me 2 months later and said, "Hey, do you want to get an account again?" I was like, "Yep, got it again." $300 balance again, and what I noticed that kept my score like so. When I got the card again, everybody, I started doing the same bullshit again. Getting the fuck out the card. Then I noticed when I made payments on it, not even a big one, I would notice that my credit score would go up. I would pay my bill 2 days before it was due. And I would notice my score would go up 30, 20, 15, 10.
mm-hmm.
And it kept going up. And mind you, my score was like a 547, and I got it all the way up to like a 611. And that was in about, like you said, about your time frame, Joe, about 8 months, 7 months.
Yeah.
And
But imagine if you knew the information that I know now. Like, remember, I went from a 413 to 605.
And right.
And
And
this is
so
a year.
at the end of the day, the card is not even ours. We're just using it. And we cannot use a lot of it. You might as well use the cash that you get from your job and you buy your shit. Don't fucking really touch that card. Get gas and that's it. That's my opinion. Get gas and that's it. Not unless you're like my wife and you want to shop and pay it.
I'm not gonna say just get gas, right? Because I think that's hindering people to be very scared of getting a credit card, right?
Uh-huh.
So you don't want to do that. You don't want to scare people off of getting a credit card. All right. So the thing about credit cards is credit cards are the best way to make purchases, all right? Because they come with incentives, cashback, zero annual purchase rate, right? They have double cashback for certain cards, which is the city credit card, right? And they have all these other different. They have, like, if you fly a lot, they have flight points and rewards and things like that, right? And certain stores, when you make purchases, you get like a 5% cashback, a 6% cashback, and it adds up. So then at the end of the year, you get those points back, you get those cashes back, you get all that money back. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole point of using a credit card. So where you spend money, you get money back. With a debit card, you do not do that. When you spend that money, you ain't seeing that money back, right? Mm-hmm. So I strongly suggest certain people switch over from a debit card. Make a credit card your main spending when you get to that certain point. Meaning when you have a credit card for $20K, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe I would even say $10K, right? Because that leaves a lot of wiggle room for certain bills. So you want it like $10K, right? And what you need to do is when you're first starting off with that credit card, you want to keep it at a 30% utilization rate, right? Mm-hmm. So keeping that credit card at a certain amount, it's easy math for you guys. If it's 10,000, right? Take 30% of what you call it. Hold on, let me do my math for you guys just to make sure. Take 10,000, 30%, 3,000 is 33,000. So
that's what I was just telling you about.
Unless your bills are more than if your bills are more than 3,000 at this current rate, like the average American, right? Like 3,000 may be like your whole entire bills probably in your household, maybe for us, right? But for the people that are really like, making hella money and things of that nature, they may need to up the ante up. So instead of having a $10,000 credit limit, they may need to have it at 20, right? So that'll be 6,000, right? That'll be 6,000 for them at a 30% rate. So they could use that and maneuver, right? So you want 20. So really what you're trying to aim for is those 20s, those 30s, those 40 credit limits. So when it comes down to making payments and paying for, your home or your bills or whatever, you use the credit card to make those payments. You take the debit card, pay that credit card, and your credit will continue, will be crazy and ridiculous. That way you could have different credit cards, so you don't have to go to a bank to ask for a loan anymore. That's what I'm trying to do. If I have the money, I don't need to go to a bank to make an investment. And this is where we get into things like that. This is where a lot of things, I was thinking about a lot of things, and I was like, man, I want to start a business like how you're starting one, or you're getting your foot into it, right, with the whole trucking thing. So I'm trying to think of what's my niche, what's my business, what's something that's meaningful to me. I mean, I haven't fully grasped it, but as far as like credit right now and stocks are another thing for me as well that are really, maneuvering into that thing. And it took a while for me to make that transition and that shift, but I think when things started to get rough and tough, some people fold, some people, they don't fold. Like my coach used to say, damn, wait, hold on, it's gonna come. That
all I remember is one more.
Pressure breaks pipes, but it could also make diamonds. So every single time he says that to me, every single time, I remember he always told me that every single time. But it could also make diamonds, and I always thought about that. And I was like, man, like, nah, I'm a diamond. And I always told him that. I said, nah, I'm a diamond. I'm a diamond times 10, coach. I'm a diamond times 10. He always like, all right, then go show it to me. Go show it to me. And, depending on the situation, I think I always came clutch in those situations. But came clutch pretty close. I don't know.
No, that's exciting that you figuring it out. And for everybody listening, don't y'all fold. And all of this money that Biden is handing out and giving, this ain't the time to just be like, oh, I'm about to waste it on a bunch of liabilities, shoes and clothes and fashion. Please invest some money for your family. Please. we don't know when you'll have an opportunity like this again. I'm just telling you guys that, like, this is like right now, COVID has allowed us to get all this free money, Joe. And it's either you're coming along with everybody or you're being left behind. And if you're being
Right.
left behind at this point, you might be left behind for a good minute. I don't know when you can come back. Yeah. Because, right now, everyone's having breakthroughs right now. Like, we are.
Yeah, so this is the time, right? As far as like with COVID and everything that's going on with COVID, like this is the time because the market is down, right? The market is steadily coming back up. Businesses are not fully open, right? Everything's halfway. Everybody's trying to maneuver and figuring out ways outside the guidelines of the whole COVID thing so they can get their business running up until it's fully operational and everything's fully back on. So this is the time to maximize opportunities, invest in stocks, invest in different things, open up your eyes to different things, have a new hustle, have a new brand, have a new mindset, right? Because once this world is fully operational and is back to where it once was, you're going to have a problem trying to keep up because at this point, you didn't make the necessary adjustments, the right investments, taking those funds for granted, and doing other things that are not productive to allow you to have a free living world with bills freeless bills. Not saying that you don't have bills, but you're able to pay them and have a stress-free head. Imagine just putting your card on, auto pay every day, just putting it on auto pay, putting your card on auto pay every month, just walking around. You just know it come out. Toot. You're not even paying attention. Why? Because you got it in the bank. You don't even got to look at your card no more. You got to look at your account. You know why? When you look at it, there's a couple zeros behind it. And I think that takes care of it, does it not? A couple zeros. Not the other way around now. Not negatives. I ain't talking about negatives. I'm talking about good zeros, man. Green, not the red. Green. Get it together. It's just things like that. So you got the triple P loan, how I called it, the PPP loan. You got the SBA loan, for those that have small businesses and things like that. PPP is also for small businesses and also self-employed, right? For people that got their own business, you could apply and do those different things. And those are one of the things that I did. I went ahead and I started with the PPP. And the PPP loan is forgiven. You should probably tell Steph to go do that. And she has a business. Both of you guys have a business. You guys should go do that and see if you can get approved for it. By the way, just letting you know, if there's certain documents that you got to get, we'll have a discussion about that later. I'll tell you about that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Anyways, apply for those things. The PPP loan, the triple P loan, it ends March 31st. So, they're not going to take any more applications after that. The SBA is going to be to the end of the year, right? But you have to pay those guys back. So, you know what I'm saying? So the PPP is just free money, giving out free money and things of that nature. So, and then on top of that, you have your stimulus checks that everybody's been getting, whether it was 600, the 1,200, now the 1,400, I think. Because they passed the bill. So, then you have you guys have your taxes. Taxes are out right now. You get your taxes, file your taxes and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of money, a lot of free money, a lot of money coming in that you guys can utilize and make something out of it. Invest into these different things. Like for me, I invested into stocks. Now, the thing about the stocks is that I am a beginner. I'm letting you guys know that. Do not come out here asking me for questions because I'm a beginner. I'm learning just as much as you guys are learning. If you're asking for credit and things like that, I would say I'm intermediate, right? Intermediate. I'm not an expert, but I'm very intermediate, right? So I can answer most questions, right? Or I can do my own research to help you and provide that for you. But I'm intermediate, right? Now, when it comes to the stocks, I'm a beginner. I have no idea. I don't really know everything about it. I'm just learning myself. So we learn about the trade options, right? We have the regular stocks. You wait, you buy, you purchase, get your shares. see how it goes, and gradually through time, you know, you'll see if your stocks go up, go down, whatever the case may be. So with this one, you know, my friend was telling me about it, and told me about this like 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks now. About investing into this trade option that was called not plate. I don't know why I'm thinking of plates for. I keep thinking of plates, but it's not plates.
No, you're right. It is trade option.
It's the trade option, but it's shares. But when you buy it, you buy 100 shares of it.
Yeah.
Right. You buy 100 shares of it.
Like contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called contracts. There you go. I don't know why I was thinking of plates.
I remember this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's contracts, right? So pretty much there's a whole buy and a sell, and a buy and a hold, and a buy and put on, and sell and put on, and sell and hold. I think that's how it is, and things of that nature. So you have certain dates, right? You have certain dates, and on those dates, you're pretty much saying, if you're buying, you're pretty much saying it's gonna be above this amount by this date, and if it's not, it's gonna be below by this date. But pretty much, it's a whole guess, right? It's just a guess. You don't know. You have no idea, things of that nature. So you don't know what you're really investing into. So my friend, he's pretty confident, and he showed me one of his guys that he did it with, and they invested two contracts into PayPal, right? And he was like, it was going to increase by this certain date. And when he did it, he gained $5,000. So
it's high risk, it's high risk.
It's high risk, high reward.
Yep.
Right. So he gained $5,000. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Right. So, you know, in my mind, he was like, hey, man, let me know if you got whenever you have a Robinhood, you got some cash you want to invest, let me know. You know, I'll let you know about a certain stock. You tell me whether you want to invest into it or not, and we go from there, you know. And, you know, my taxes came in, and, you know, I hit him up, and I was like, hey, like, you still want to do this thing? Like, I got some money that I want to invest into. He's like, all right, well, how much you trying to invest? You know, I told him, you know, it depends on what it is. Like, he's like, but you got to tell me your money. You got to tell me your price. Like, I could tell you to invest to something like, you know, $1,000 worth, or, you know, a couple $100 worth. But you got to tell me your range. So I was like, you know what? This is the first time. I don't know how much these contracts cost. You know, and I don't know. So I really don't know. So I'm just, you know, I'm throwing it out there, you know. So I told him I'm gonna invest 500. You know, 500. Fuck it, right? Why not? Since I have it, 500, right? So I invest 500 in, and he told me again with PayPal, because he's really familiar with PayPal. He's invested in PayPal and watched his money grow, watched some losses, watched some gains off of, and things of that nature. So right now, my money right now is with PayPal. It's about, if I'm not mistaken, like four something. It's about four something, 2 contracts. And if I get everything together and right, should have $5,000. We will see. Right? I mean, yeah, I'm not saying I won't get it, but we will see, right? And that's the whole thing. Like, we're waiting to see what happens. And this is the first time I did it. This is the first time I ever tried it. He was saying, hey, you know, if you ever want, just go ahead and, you know, see if you can find something for you, and, you know, look at these different things and watch how they move, and then you make the investment. You know, you could do it yourself too. You don't got to wait on me. You could do it yourself. So then I took it upon myself to start doing research, looking at different people, watching their YouTube, watching their channels, seeing the stocks that they're doing, and just getting a feel for how they're moving and what they're seeing and how they're viewing these things. And, you know, everybody has their certain opinion about everything. So at the end of the day, you take bits and pieces of information from everybody and make your own analyzation, make your own thing, and then you decide, you know, how you want to go about things and how you view things to see how it's going. And that's how it goes, man. So
and you know what's crazy, dog? Last year I went to a little seminar thing that one of Steph's homeboys was doing, and he was talking about that. Literally, on his little presentation, his PowerPoint presentation, he had all that stuff. And while you were talking about it, I just remember every single one of those things. And at the time, I was like, man, I want to do Forex, but I could still do the trade options because that's not bad. That's for somebody who wants to make a profit quickly, like not forever,
I
kind
wouldn't
of
say.
quickly. You
I'm
know,
not.
because there's a date.
I wouldn't say kind of. I wouldn't say quickly. I would say kind of quickly. Like how you would say, because it's pretty much every 2 weeks. The closest date you'll have is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So if you invest today, the next one would be in 2 weeks. So that's how a lot of people do. Like they'll take probably like $600 and invest it into something and say this and buy however many shares and then flip it, right? And that's how they flip. That's how these guys get rich. They do that. They take whatever and they invest it and they flip it. Some people take the money that they make and flip all that again to that same thing, and then they'll do it again, and then they'll make more profit. Like it's just those different things. So, I mean, hey, I mean that's a good idea. That's a great thing. And also in my stocks, I'm not only doing the trade options. Obviously, I buy the stocks as well, and I look for the ones that give off the most dividend, right? So you want some of these stocks to have dividend because depending on which stocks it is, you will get a nice rate for every share that you have, right? So obviously, Rob knows what I'm talking about. But I invested into, I'm not about to say this right now. I'll probably tell Robin later. And you guys will know sometime in the year. I don't know when. But this one gives off a good high amount of dividend, which is about 8.17 dividend. So it's a high dividend when you buy, a lot of however multiple shares, whether it's 100 shares, 200 shares, a share, whatever. But at the end of everything, you will get $8.17 every 3 months. This may not sound like a lot, but if you have enough stocks, the right stocks, and you add those up, that $8 does add up. But every month, I get a return for $8.17. So I'm happy about that. And I'm just looking for different things like that. So not only am I doing trade options, I'm looking for dividends, top dividends. And, there's some that do a month, 3 months, every year. You know how that goes.
And real quick, Joe, and how many times you had to do the work just so you can get that dividends? You only had to do it once, right?
What do you mean do it once? What are you talking about?
Did it one time,
like buy the stock?
To get that $8.17. You bought a share. No, you bought a stock that basically gives you dividends. You did it one time, and now you created passive income. You did the job once, and now from that point, all you just do is you keep adding fuel to the fire.
It's not the biggest income that you would really want to have, but it's income.
Isn't that amazing? So, but think about it. Yeah, you get more and more stocks. Like you, it's almost like you got to create gangs, like of a stock that you want to buy. Yeah, you can't just buy one. You got to get 50. You got to get 50. You want to see a profit. You want to see a profit.
You need more than 50, man.
Even more than that. But I'm just saying, that's a start. Give somebody a number to push towards. But yo, you educated the hell out of everybody today. It's good to see the passion coming out of you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the help. It is the help. Everybody has to do something. You can't sit there and fucking wait. Yeah. Nobody's going to hold your hand. No one's going to help you. You have to seek content that makes your vision clear. Like, you went out and you looked at videos. There are videos. There are so many videos out there on YouTube. YouTube is a damn university. I done learned so much on YouTube more than I did in college. It is crazy. Yeah. People are giving you game with the trucking industry. Me and my wife got into it. Well, actually, it was me. I got into it first, and I told her about it, and then she got on board. And now she loves it. She can't stop talking to me about it. Talks to me more about it than I talk to her about it. That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, we're in the process right now of soon, like probably in the next month or so, we're gonna buy a truck, Joe. I've heard from a lot of owner operators that do have their own trucks. For anybody that is trying to get a truck, make sure you have good credit. Make sure you have good credit. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of cash, but they have bad credit. That is a horrible position to be in. I'd rather not have money and not have a good credit. Not like, oh man, this is horrible.
You rather not have cash, but have a lot of
yeah. Oh man, yeah, this is a horrible position.
That's how it goes sometimes.
We getting that started. I'm learning a lot, and I'm realizing that taking these steps that you talked about, Joe, and what I'm talking about right now, taking these steps to be like your own boss and you creating some passive income. When you first do it, let's be honest, that shit is scary. That shit is scary. It is so scary. And then on top of that, you're by yourself. You talk to other people about it, and they're like, "What you doing that for?" Like, dog. Like some people, the job life, they depend on it so hard. They don't create nothing for themselves. What you create for yourself is what lasts forever. What you created a job is only temporary. Like that is just real shit. You have to put that into perspective, man. You have to put that into perspective. Like you got to be able to give your kids something. Man, like if something happened to your parents, are you going to be able to provide? If you have a legal little situation, or is the court going to drain your income? We've heard from Irv Gotti and Chris Gotti. That shit drained their pockets. Drained them. And so everybody, literally, you can have a credit card. Use it a little bit.
Long story short, I came to prison last Thursday. I used to work right here at Sweet Shop.
For everybody, nobody is going to hold your fucking hand. You got to go out there. You got to go grind. You got to make moves. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded like you. But here's one thing I got to say. Don't force it. If you got to be a loner for a while until those people come in your life, be okay with that. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It is okay. Sometimes I get negative shit from my own coworkers because they don't understand. Your vision is not to be, it's not going to be understood by everyone. You got to be okay with that. But yeah, man. Joe, thank you for all the great wisdom that you gave. I know you helped somebody out tonight. I know we helped somebody out tonight. Yo, I'm looking forward to doing this next episode. Again, another one. Probably may do some solos. But hey, if y'all like the solos, me doing some solos, or you guys like when I have Joe and Andy, please say something. Like, leave a comment down. Let me know. Let me know any topics you guys would like to talk about. Let us know.
You guys never know. You might just end up being on the podcast.
Yep, exactly.
You never know.
Hit me up on Instagram at Real Talk Real Views. Hit Joe up on his Instagram or even my Instagram. Just hit us up. Let us know, because love doing this, man. Because here's the thing. This is real, authentic game. Like, we have no hidden agenda here. Like, we actually want you guys to all succeed. So please like, share, and subscribe. Share this podcast with all your friends. Put us on all major platforms. Share this podcast with everybody. Y'all all have a good night. Be easy. Peace.